Hey, you know what? You gotta watch it with patience. Yeah, I know. It can be a good thing. But patience. Patience without restraint. Hmm? Patience without knowing how to get out of other people's way. It can lead to tolerance. Now you tolerating. Because you're beating yourself up because you want to exercise some more patience. Now you in the realm of tolerating. You're putting up with something that you normally wouldn't put up with. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now you easing over in that lane to people pleasing. Yeah. Yeah. You easing on over into that lane of people pleasing. Yeah, you let that patience go ahead and ride on over into that tolerance. Put up with stuff you normally wouldn't put up with. Now I'm just doing this all for you. Because I don't even like it. Now people pleasing. Yeah. Let the truth be known. I don't care nothing about no doggone people pleasing. I actually think that it's rather weak. I think it's you not being able to stand on your own and you wanting to find ways to get in better with others so they'll look at you in a certain way. Because you don't view yourself in a certain way. That's the reason why I view it as weak. Yet, guess what? We done all fell up off into that grass for people pleasing, whether you recognize it or not. Why? Because you did that very thing. You exercising that patience. Then it led to that tolerance. Because you're trying to be a better person. You're trying to be good. Now you're over here people pleasing. Yeah, I don't like being on this side here. Nah. I don't like being right here either. I ain't putting up with it. My patience? Yeah, my patience only serves the purpose of letting me sit here and be able to remain in a situation that I'm caught off guard in, not be emotional about it, till I'm able to remove myself from the situation. So I can no longer have dealings with this. That's what patience is used for. You don't sit up there and rely on patience for it to wear thin. Why do you think that saying comes about? You know how I feel about sayings? My patience is wearing thin. Think about it this way. I remember back in the day, way back in the day, I had a friend, right? Brakes was going bad on the car, right? He was using the emergency brake in conjunction with the brakes to get around. Until eventually he was like, man, you know what? This emergency brake ain't really working like it used to. It ain't really stopping nothing. So he had to go on here and get the car fixed. You know why that was the case? Because the emergency brake was just for an emergency. It wasn't meant to be used in conjunction with the brakes because your brakes is going out. It's meant to get you, hopefully get you from here over there safely so you go ahead and get this resolved. That's how I look at patience. Patience is not meant for you to put yourself up against things to constantly be tested. Constantly be up off in hot water with something. Think about it another way. Put another metaphor that I'm going to go down here. In the past, when I bought safes, you know, a safe that you may want to put some things in, and I would notice that it would say, hey, it can withstand up to X amount of degrees. I'm not going to even quote the degrees because I don't remember however many degrees the fire was, right? Think about it this way. That's just in case something was to happen. Now, would you buy the safe, put some valuable belongings in the safe, and then go home and tuck it away in a burning fireplace? Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, nobody's thinking of reaching to a burning fireplace to get my valuables. Oh, man, nobody's thinking like that. All this stuff is safe, is protected. Wrong! That's the reason why it has a temperature degree up on there and for how long it can withstand that. When you come back, whenever you decide to come back, in case your house is, that's even if your house is still standing. Whenever you come back and you look, all your valuables are gone. Works the same way with patience. Last analogy. I remember I was working on a job. The gentleman that was training me was talking about some of the policies, and he was like, by the way, one of the best mentors I had on the job. They know who I'm talking about. Gave him plenty of compliments. That's the way you disseminate information. Thinking about that and patience. That's the way you disseminate information. That's how you exercise patience. This person, extremely patient. You know what? Enough of that. Let me get on back to the example. They were covering something with me, and they were like, you know what? I know. They tell you from the higher ups, hey, this is important. You got to cover this. This is important. You got to cover this. This is important. You got to cover this. He was like, it's like this. Man, don't stress yourself out. Because they place so much importance on everything. Everything can't have the same level of importance. If everything is important, then nothing is. Think about that. Back to what I'm talking about. With the patience going into tolerance and going into people pleasing. Patience is something that I like to work on. It's the opposite of anxiousness. For me it is. Whether good or bad. I can't wait for this to happen. Can't wait for this to go. Hey man, chill out. Be patient. Right? Patience is awesome when I'm talking about situations that you may be in. You go, you know what? A younger me, I would reacted this way, tore this place up. Right? You'd have knew how I was feeling. Right? But I'm proud that I'm able to exercise some patience to go ahead and get through this. Won't be in this again. But here go the dangerous part. And Naeem has found himself in this with loved ones. Found myself exercising patience. Hear what I'm saying now? Found myself exercising patience with people who have none. They're being all them. So all them make me, hey, they say something that offends you, hey, too bad. You put on your big boy britches. Right? This is just me. I just say on what I say. But they can't take that same energy. Highly offensive, so forth and so on. So follow me here. Now I'm exercising patience in this situation with somebody who refuses to change. I don't care whether you change or not. That's what, follow me on this video because I'm getting agitated. I'm still remaining in your presence with you being this big personality and doing everything that you want to do. You ain't thinking about patience. You just thinking about you. Right? But I'm exercising patience. Now my patience has been put down. Now I'm tolerating. I'm tolerating because I don't like the situation that I'm in. Highly agitated. Now I'm tolerating the situation. Now we got to slam on the brakes right here. We got to pause it. We really got to think about this. Why are you tolerating this? You have a choice in the situation. This is not a one-off. What are you tolerating? You're very uncomfortable. And this person is bouncing on along just like they always have. But they somehow, psychologically, they done got it down between the both of you that they're going to consistently do on what they're doing. And you're going to sit here. You're not going to try to give any type of pushback. And to be peaceable, show your patience, show your growth. You're going to sit here and just listen to this foolishness. Why are you tolerating this? Now, since I'm doing this for some length of time, I'm thinking, I'm doing this for you. Because I'm not doing it for me because I'm not liking what I'm getting. Now I'm people pleasing. And what did I say earlier about what I thought about people pleasing? In these situations, I don't care nothing about how you feel. I don't care nothing about where you coming from. I ain't trying to be up off in your head. Because, and you know why I say that? This is not something I bother explaining up to them, but I'm explaining it to you because it's a learning lesson. It's something that I had to learn from. I don't care nothing about how you're feeling. how much you're getting up off your chest. All I know is I'm stressed out and I don't have to be here. I can be anywhere but here. So I'm not tolerating with this. And why am I doing this? I know how I feel. The only thing left I could think of is that I'm doing this to please you. Why am I doing this? This is crazy. See, this is one of the steps on getting out of toxic relationships. Where you get stuck in that thing, running that rat race. This is another thing that leads people back to dumbing yourself down, shrinking yourself down to fit into places and people and situations that you don't belong. I don't care nothing about any of the three examples I just stated. I don't care nothing about dumbing down. I don't care nothing about no shrinking down. So since I know that I'm not gonna go in doing it this way, because I ain't knows on how he feels up on the inside. I ain't knows on what he's capable of, mentally, physically, all the above, and all the accomplishments, all the things that I've done. I got history. So that's thinking small. So it really rubs me the wrong way when I feel like I've been manipulated through patience to sit up here and tolerate. Now I found myself over here into the category of people pleasing. Because I ain't weak. But maybe you caught me slipping. Maybe you came through another way that I didn't see. And that's why this channel is here. That's the reason why I shine a spotlight on these situations. These manipulative tactics. All these old crazy shenanigans that people have you in, and they hide it up under the title of whatever that relationship is between the both of you. Guilt tripping. I don't care nothing about none of that. Because when I recognize on what it is, we talking about self-preservation. You need to get out of here. I'm going to be just like a ghost to you. When I think about me working on my patience, I don't think about me working on my patience for the betterment of you. Yeah, true. Sure enough, people have bad days. I understand that. I find it very valuable that if somebody's giving a bad day. Now, I'm not talking about you having a bad day while I'm your punching bag, but I'm just saying, we all have bad days. That's the reason why I talk about giving passes. True enough. If I have the patience to go ahead and overlook something that's occurred that day because you're having a bad day, and I know this is typically not how you behave, and you're not trying to dump or mistreat, but it was just something that happened because you're human. We're all imperfect. We all do it. And I'm able to exercise that patience to go on up on my way. That's what I pat myself on the back about. Not sitting up here showing up for people who don't appreciate the patience, and now I'm tolerating. It's a clear difference between what we're talking about. And I truly believe that this was a topic worth visiting, because how many of us have found ourselves in this situation? I know that I have. And you go, whoa, man, you didn't came around, you didn't threw me a curveball that I didn't see, because I'm sitting up here trying to be this way because I'm looking at it from this way. You ain't offering no restraint. Man, no, this ain't gonna go down like this. No, I'm done. I'm through dealing. No. We ain't people pleasing. Because he knows who he is. I don't need to shrink down to make you feel bigger. For what? I'm done with this video. Tired of talking about it. Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. My name's Aim. Y'all have a good one.